Alright guys, a very good day. So I'm here recording for the sample final skills exam. It is actually a past final skills exam. So yeah, let's just start with it. So the scenario here, it is given like we have one router and which is connected to, of course, the root switch, root bridge, which has a spanning tree command in it, and this switch is connected to one more switch. uh, okay, this switch has just the basic configuration, and there are two PCs connected to it. So I have further jotted down some of the basic information to proceed with the configuration, right? So moving on to the guideline part. The instructions given here is like we have to use the loopback, which is 0. So the loopback 0, which should be this, we have to put this IP address in loopback 0. And in the okay, yeah, the IP addresses for the switches, right? It has to be the fourth usable IP address in DLS and second usable in ALS. It means like this is ALS and this is DLS. So the IP address itself of these switches, right, it should be either fourth usable or second usable, according to the instructions we have to follow, right? So okay, one more thing: for all the devices, there is one basic configuration that we have to do in all of them, which is the device name, which is commanded as host name, and message of the day, which is banner motd. So one more thing about the core, like these are the basic instructions. We have to configure a router on stick. Yeah, and yeah, these are just the basic instructions instructed. And in the bridge, in the root switch, right, we have to configure VLANs as well as ALS. In, like we have to configure it in both the switches. uh, the exceptional configuration in this switch is the root bridge, the command of root bridge, and everything else will almost be the same. Yeah, so let's start with it. First of all, let's make a topology. We are gonna use 2811 router and two switches, which should be 2960, 2960. Make sure when you're doing it in lab, take this picture with you, along with you, and do the connections really really carefully, because the commanding part I don't think is really hard, but the main problem is the connection. If you haven't connected all the things accordingly, then there is a huge chance that that it may result into a failure. So avoid doing that. So okay, just some connections here as interface 24, um, interface 11 to 11, and again interface 12 to 12. Yeah, that's pretty much it. But yeah, just two PCs. These are just the basic requirement. Yeah, so it should be Ethernet to what is it? Interface 2. I want to make it, yeah, simple. Alright. So similarly, interface 13. So guys, here's the trick part here. When you look deeply into the diagram, right, you can see like it is said like interface 13 is connected to PC2 and interface 2 is connected to PC1, right? So you know, here, right, wait a minute, yeah, here in this switch, this ALS is this one. So the instructions given here is like the switch port in from interface range 1 to 10 must be enabled as access port allocated to the hipster VLAN. That means like we have to use any usable IP address from this VLAN, whereas from port number 13 to 20, which is PC2, as it is connected to port 13, it should be allocated to fossil VLAN. Similarly, we can use any usable IP address of fossil. So yeah, let's start with the configurations. First of all, you have to put your console, and of course you have to give the IP addresses. Okay, here since it is PC1, I will be giving the IP address like any usable IP address of Hipster. So yeah, 172.17.66 dot I know, let's take it 5. Yeah, default gateway, I prefer to use the default gateway in all the switches, and even we have to give the command that default gateway will always be the first usable IP address of management, whatever the case is. The default gateway never changes. Yeah, so we have to use the first usable of management, which is 172.17.66.65. Yeah, so yeah, okay, there's PC1 is almost configured in terms of IP address. Let's do it with PC2, and then 172, sorry, what's the IP address again? Alright, PC2 is in port number 13, and port number 13 is allocated in fossil, right, as you can see. So we have to use any usable IP address of fossil. So 172.17.64 dot I know, let's take it 5. Yeah, so alright, so that's pretty much configured. Alright, so let's start with ALS. Actually, I can open it directly from here, but it is a good practice that you do it through terminal, so that you know your hands will be like, you know, they will know actually that what to do next, right? So first of all, enable config t. The first thing we have to do for all the devices, as it is said here, is the device name and message of the day. So let's do it. The device name should be like host name ALS. I think that's the name, right? ALS, yeah. So as you can see, the device name is changed, and then for the what is it, sorry, for the message of the day, right, the command is banner motd plus I know, welcome. Just write anything to ALS, and then you have to write plus again and enter. So yeah, that's the basic configuration. Alright, so as you can see, just go step by step. Switch must be configured with all the VLAN. So let's do the VLAN part first. VLAN, okay, wait a minute. Okay, here I have jotted down the basic information of VLANs, so it's kind of easy for me. Just write starting from this one, VLAN 42 name, fossil exit. We have to do the same thing for the rest of the VLANs. So VLAN 16 name, sorry, hipster exit, and then VLAN 106 name management exit. All right, so the thing is, like, once you have created the VLANs, right, they're initially not really open, so just to make sure that these VLANs are on, right, the interfaces has to be up. So just, write the command interface VLAN 42. The state, it has changed the state to up. I know, just write the description, uh, hipster, is it? No, where, sorry, description fossil exit, and then interface VLAN 16 description hipster exit. Make sure you should remember that the IP address only has to be given in the management VLAN. So in this case, our management is 106. So just give the description, and then this is the additional command that you have to do in VLANs. One 172.17.66.64 followed by the subnet mask, which is 255.255.255.248. All right. Oh, sorry. The management, right? It has to be any usable IP address. So it make sure that you don't put it as the first usable, because we are taking the first usable as the default gateway. So it can be dot 66. Let's take it. So yeah. All right. So we're done with the VLAN part. Now just write the IP default dash gateway. Okay, the default gateway in both the switches will only be the first usable IP address of management, which is 172.17.66.65, right? Okay, what else? um, okay, we have to make we have to trunk the layers. We have to trunk the interfaces, interface 11 and 12, right? So we can write like int range f0/11-12 description trunked. It's not really necessary to write description and all, but it's just a good practice. So yeah, switchport mode trunk. Yeah, no shut. No, my bad. Yeah. Alright, so these are trunked, exit. Yeah, what else? Switch port interface 21 to 24 and giga port 1 and 2 must be disabled. Alright, here's the thing. You can write it like, int range f0 slash, what was that, 21 dash 24, I guess. Yeah, comma g0 slash 1 dash 2 shut. Oh yeah, just it's better to write description. Port disabled, and then shut. Alright, one thing I faced during my labs physically when I was doing the connections, that sometimes this command does not work in all of the switches. So this command can only be used in the new version of switches, right? So if in case if does not work, you can write them separately, like int range f0 slash 21 dash 24 and then enter, and then you have to write again int range g0 slash 1 dash 2, and then you have to do the configuration. But it just happened for the older switches. Okay, so switch port. mm, all right, so switch port interface 1 to 10 must be enabled as access ports to the hipster. So yeah, in first of all exit, and then int range f0 slash 1 dash 10 description allocated in hipster. So okay, here's the command: switch port mode access, switch port access vlan. I know what was hipster, vlan 16, right? Yeah, 1 to 10 must be enabled. All right, and basic port security should also be turned on. So yeah, access VLAN 16, switch port security. What else? Sorry, disabled access port securities, and then 13 to 20 must be enabled as access port and allocated to fossil VLAN. So yeah, 13 to 20, right? Exit and range f0 slash 13 to 20, description allocated in fossil. Same thing, switch port mode access, switch port access VLAN 42, which is hipster, and then the port security, yeah, that's pretty much it for the ALS. Yes. Okay, after doing all the configuration, it's better to see the it's better to see the configurations by show run or sh run. it actually shows the running configuration. Okay, you have configured port 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Just make sure that none of the ports are left behind, so all the ports must be configured with something. um, yeah, and port vlan 106 management, yes, banner motd. Yeah, that's all for switch 1, which is ALS. Now let's move to switch 2, which is DLS. So what we have to do is pretty simple. Oh my goodness, is it? Oh yeah, thank God, nothing happened. All right, so mm, yeah, I just want to remove this console, and I want to connect it to this switch, right? Sorry, wait. All right, so uh, same thing should be turned on. Yeah, enabled. Same thing, host name, DLS. Oh, sorry, config D. And then host name DLS, banner motd plus welcome to DLS. I think there was one more thing. I know. Okay, just go with the flow. All right. These two things have been done. Switch must be configured with all VLANs. All right. So let's do with the VLANs. VLAN 42. Okay. Just it's better to have your paper in front of you, just so you don't do any mistakes, right? So yeah, name fossil, exit, VLAN 16, name hipster, exit, VLAN 106. The exact same procedure we have to continue here. Management, exit. Now interface VLAN 42. Right description, fossil, exit, interface. It's actually, you can write no shut here, but it doesn't matter, because when you write interface, it automatically turn to state it automatically turn state to up. So yeah, interface VLAN 16. Okay, description, hipster, exit, int, VLAN 106, description, management. Okay, you have to put the IP address, which should not be the first usable, because it will be our default gateway, and the second usable we have used is as the IP of the first switch, so it's better to use any usable other than that. So I'm taking it as like 172.17.66.67. 7 followed by the subnet mask 255.255.255. I don't know, like 248. Yeah, 248. All right, exit, and then write the default gateway, IP default dash gateway 172.17.66.65. Yeah, so the default gateway, right, it always has to be the exact same as in both the switches. So all right, so I have configured VLANs. All right, so we have to trunk these three things, interface 11, 12, and 24. So yeah, interface range f0 slash 11 dash 12 comma f0 slash 24. Description trunked switch port mode trunk. Yeah, exit. What else? All right, I have trunked these. Yeah, now I have to write the spanning tree command, which is spanning dash tree vlan. Okay, here's the trick part here. Along with all these VLANs, we have to always use one also, like, because there is initially in every switch there is a VLAN unconfigured by the name VLAN 1, so it should be like 1 comma 42 comma 16 comma 106, right? All right, what else? All right, unused port. So unused are gonna be like 1 to 10 and then 13 to 23. All right, so int range 0 slash 1 dash 10 comma f0 slash 13 dash 23, and gigaport 0 slash 1 dash 2. I think I just double check. 1 dash 10 and then 13 to 23. Yeah, make sure you don't shut down any of these ports, because it's gonna create a huge mess then. So description port disable shutdown, and I think we are done for that switch also. Yep, now we have to go to router. All right, so first of all, we have to no shut this port that it is connected to, which is interface f0 slash 1. So yeah, it's interface f0 slash 1. Yeah. So just go to terminal. Yeah, basic settings first. Oh, okay, also you have to write no enable config t, and then basic settings like host name. What was the host name? I guess core. Banner motd plus welcome to core, and then go to interface f0 slash 1. Description our interface No shut. Alright, once you have done that, try to deal with the loopback. Yeah, so exit, interface, loopback. Loopback is 1, I guess, here. Yeah, LO1. And then you have to put the IP address followed by the subnet mask. Okay, here's the trick part again. The IP address, the only IP address we use for the loopback is not does not has to be a usable IP address. It just has to be exactly ditto copy. So it's gonna be like 202.42.1110.11 followed by 255.255.255 I don't know, like 28.192.224.240.248. I think 248, yeah, 248. Since it is /29, so it's 248. Okay, what's the problem? Alright, there should be a space in between. Yeah, exit. Alright, now we have to encapsulate all the VLANs we have. So we have to write the command for that, and all the interface configured must be first usable. So yeah, encapsulate cap dot 1q42. Oh, actually you have to go to sub interface first, f0/1 dot 42 for VLAN fossil, right? And then you have to encapsulate it in cap dot 1q42 with the IP address. Make sure the IP address has to be the first usable always. So IP address first usable is gonna be, wait, yeah, that's pretty easy. Yeah, 172.17.64.1, and the subnet mask 255.255.255. It's actually, sorry, 254.0. Enter, exit. Same thing we have to do for the rest. Interface f0/1 dot 16, encapsulate dot 1q 16, dot 66.1 followed by the subnet mask 255.255.255.192. It's actually 192. Yep. Exit. Again, you have to do you have to go to sub interface f0/1 dot 106. Okay, here's the thing. It doesn't matter that you have used the first IP address as the default gateway, but you again have to use it here. So encapsulate dot 1q 106 IP address 172.17.66.64 actually 65 255.255.255.248. Yeah, and we're done with our configuration. Okay, once you're done with all of your configuration, try to ping everything from everything. So I know, let's try pinging the first usable IP address. No, not the first usable. Try to ping the IP address of PC. Okay, sorry, what was IP address of PC13 was okay, we have taken it as 13 should be in fossil, yeah, so we took it as 64.5. so try to ping it 172.17.64.5. Please work, please work. And it is working. 80%. You do it again, it's just because of ARP. Yeah, I try to ping the IP address of other PC, which is 17.66.5. All right, so it means we can ping from here to this, we can ping from here to this. Let's try pinging the management, the IP of management management VLAN that we have put there and there. So yeah, ping 172.17.66.66. Yep, it's working. Try to ping this this switch, which is 6.7. Yeah, so that's all, everything is working. I hope you all a very good luck, and if there is any question, I will be available. I will try to put the code in a text or in a notepad form with the link. So yeah, I wish you all guys a very best of luck for your exams. That's all.